Singapore Grand Prix here in the IRC Elite League. And so basically this is the exact copy that we had on the Singapore Grand Prix just over 2 weeks ago, when we had exploding barriers, safety cars becoming rogue, and all sorts of shenanigans going on. And I'm hoping that Dave would be joining me in the chat momentarily as well. But before we go into any of the up-to-date news and things like that that's going on in IRC Elite, let's quickly take a look at the circuit map, shall we? It's of course the Singapore Grand Prix, 23 turns around this magnificent street circuit. Of course, one of the newer Grand Prix, isn't it? Back in 2008 that we first debuted here. And of course we got Dave just joining me in the commentary box now. How's it going, pal?
Very well, mate. How are you, Sean?
Yeah, not too bad. I've actually got the round number right this time, I think. I think we're on round 15 rerun. Well, it's round 16.
Round 16. 15. Yeah. Well, no, last week was 15, this week 16.
Oh dear, it's all gone to pot.
Sean, one job.
I know. Job. Twice in the week, blimey. Sort it out, lad. Anyway, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Unfortunately, last time when we was racing on this circuit for the Elite League, it went a bit pear-shaped, didn't it? Exploding barriers, safety cars went rogue. It was incredible stuff. And unfortunately, your pedals went a bit haywire as well, which is a shame.
My Elite League debut was scuppered at the 12th hour. Yeah, it was devastating, but thankfully Matt sent me his old pedals, so hopefully back in Super League action again tomorrow, mate.
That is absolutely a mega use as well. I'm loving that. Really good stuff as well, because I was really concerned actually when you said that you was done for the rest of the season, because you was having a phenomenal season since Monaco onwards. I think that more often than not you've had a lot more ups and downs. There's been brilliant stuff to witness as well.
It's been good fun. It's been a lot of good fun. Monaco, the Monaco win, the absolute highlight. And a few podiums here and there as well, but winning in Monaco that's me done for the year. You know, I'm happy. Whatever happens after that, whatever happens rest of the season, I can always look back on that. So yeah, proud moment that.
It was an absolute quality race as well. One of my favourites of the Super League this year, I must admit. And unfortunately, didn't do so well for Matt though, did it? But he got his he got what he deserved, didn't he, in Russia? An absolutely incredible race Russia was, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow in the Super race, which in the Super Cup, I think it's tomorrow, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be carnage, absolutely, with a capital C as well. I tell you what, one of the highlights of the season as well was Steve lost control of his car in France and ploughed into, I think it was RU Racing, wasn't it? Incredible.
It was in the very dying moments of the race as well. Oh, who's just trying to get the lobby sorted out, ready. Updates. So yeah. So we're just waiting for Ozone. Dan Murphy, Flying Soz, just completing the updates. So, and Andy will be filling in for what was our pole sitter, Jacob.
And of course, oh, sorry, Dave. And of course,
I'm just going to quickly send the revised grid to. We have got a full grid. I'm just going to send the revised grid to Slim, who's the host now. So Jacob will set to be on pole. That will now be Slim. What a grid we have got, by the way. This is a completely mixed-up grid. We're with a wet race, wet conditions, street race. It's going to be opportunity for like for BP in 6th. Keith Morales is starting 8th. He loves the wet. Rocco Tony, you're one in Belgium in the wet conditions. Dan Murphy will fancy his chances. And watch out for Lucas. He's starting down there in 15th, but he's going to fancy his chances as well.
Indeed they are. And of course, if you didn't join us for the original Singapore Grand Prix, we'll be having the exact same conditions as we did when we first tried to run this race, and also it'd be no qualifying tonight, so we're going straight into the race as well. Personally, I love qualifying, so in a way that's kind of like only half a job tonight, which I'm a bit gutted about, but at the same time it's absolutely perfect for what's going to be an absolutely fantastic race. And to be honest, it's the fairest way to do it, really, because it wasn't the driver's fault that the session just went a bit pear-shaped. But I must admit, the highlight of the season was definitely when Slim got taken up by the safety car. I'm sorry, Slim. It did make me chuckle. I was really happy how professional I was when I watched that video clip back on the chat, because I think it was still broadcast at the time. But my gosh, it made me chuckle.
It was up there with the pilot from last week. It was up there with the highlight of the season without a doubt. Sad news. Oh, saddish news coming out that Vanquish, this could be his last race today. For the season and forever. potentially. Vanquish is leaving the league today. Well, from today, unfortunately, sadly, for personal life reasons that he's keeping to himself, which is fair enough. But as far as I'm aware, it's good. It's good news and personal reasons. And our two-time IRC champion, it's going to be really, really sad to see him go. And top racer, right in the championship, thick of things here as well. And if you could join us in the commentary box after, that'd be great. But yeah, what an opportunity for Jamie. No Deneen today. Vanquish will be leaving the league after today. Jamie, 16 points adrift in the championship in third place, all of a sudden has this golden opportunity to be leading the championship coming out of this race.
I echo that sentiment as well. Luckily for me, I was able to witness Vanquish racing. One race that stands out for me is actually the Australian Grand Prix this season, where Vanquish, compared to his high standard, was off the pace, but yet he's still come through. He's still managed to win this season as well. He says it himself that he hasn't been racing his full capacity, but how is this man still 2 points behind in the championship? Is incredible, isn't it? It's this is a very scary racer driver indeed, isn't it, in terms of the talent and what he's got. He
reminds me of a Bottas Raikkonen type of character. He's very calm, very cool, collected. He just gets the job done. He's super consistent, and he's quick with it. Okay, I don't think this season he's been the quickest he's been when he won his championships, and he hasn't won. How many races has he won this year? It hasn't been too many, has it? Yeah, but that's more down to the field being so close. But he's just there all the time. At last race in Russia, he was out the points until the last final laps, 5 laps, but he kept it clean and managed to salvage 6th place on the alternate strategy. He's a clever, technically brilliant driver.
He is indeed. He has 3 wins this season, Vanquish does. But his consistency is absolutely phenomenal, which has really got him to where he needs to be as well. Brilliant stuff from Vanquish. I must admit, I am actually, when I read that, because earlier on today, I was absolutely devastated, to be honest, because I think he's been a phenomenal driver. I think he was a part of the admin team as well for the Elite League last season, and I think the original admin team was Slim, Carton, and Vanquish. I think it was Carton, wasn't it?
They were the original admins,
and they they've done a phenomenal job to get the league where it is today. And to be honest, it is a shame really, because one of IRC's best ever drivers, and that is a huge thing to say, isn't it, with all the talent that has come and gone in this league, isn't it? I'd say Cole Andy, of course, one of the also one of the greats up there as well, isn't he? He's hopefully to be racing tonight as well. But it's incredible, isn't it, what Vanquish's accomplished.
Andy will be in. So our pole sitter Jacob will be I think it's something to do with his network. He's got a new internet provider, and it's not ready yet. So Andy, two-time champion, fellow two-time champion, Andy will step in the Renault. He won't be pole, however. He'll be starting down, I think, 16th place. So Slim, what a chance for Slim. Has Slim won a race this year?
I don't think he has yet. No, he's had it all for season, hasn't he?
It's been a long time since Slim was at the front of the field. Too long since he's been at the front of the field. We're just... what was his last race? It hasn't been this season.
It hasn't been this season. I can't remember what his last race. His best position this season he finished was China. I think he had a really good second position in China, in those mixed conditions as well. Of course, that was an unusual race, wasn't it, as well, where Deneen picked up his first race win of the season, but Slim finished second there. But of course, the Chinese Grand Prix was cut short after more problems with Codemasters and their dodgy online.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
But yes.
Rocking season. We're just waiting for Flying Soz, who is joining now. Rockatoni seems to be missing, and Ozone. Hopefully, we're going to give him just a couple more minutes. I think everyone's getting stuck with I had the same thing earlier on. The copying, the update takes really quick, but the copying takes forever.
It does indeed. I must admit, my copying stayed on 0 for a very long time, and I was like, oh, blimey. I didn't realise there was another update on Red Dead Redemption or something, which was hogging all the bandwidth here.
Well, there you go, you see, yeah, Red Dead's going to take you all night.
I didn't even know I had the game, to be honest. So I think that's my nephew that's been on. Yeah. But enough about my family squabbles. Quickly, let's just quickly go through some of the chat, shall we? We got Gavin, who has just said, snapping. I've a racer should be messy here. It should be a messy race as well, Gavin. Of course.
It's gonna be. Yeah, and that's with. Oh no, who's just dropped out? Yeah, this is going to be anything like last time. Let's hope it's not like last time. That was too messy. That was way too messy. But we've got some super quick drivers. In a wet race, we're going to see like Lucas coming through, Rainmaster, yours down there. Some of the Greek drivers really fancying their chances. Strategy as well. The fresher we saw last time, the fresher intermediates give you a massive advantage than the ones on the old. So when do they come in for the new intermediates? When do they try and go for the undercut? Are they going to one stop? Are they going to two stop? So many variables you can have. You can make a one-stop work around here, but your tyres are shot to pieces at the end. They're going to overheat, especially if the track does start to dry out as well. Ooh, you know, do you want to go for that fresher rubber, which is a lot quicker? Is it quick enough though? Can you make it work? A lot of variable strategy, even though it's going to be a one-tyre race.
That's an interesting question. Interesting thought that's popped in my head. Because it's going to be light rain for the majority of the race. Is it worth just hanging it out with just not pitting at all? Because you don't have to have a mandatory pit stop now, do you? When you got wet conditions out there. So do you just hang it out with just going on the same intermediate tyres, or is that just too slow? And is that just basically going to? That's
just the thing is, to make that work, you're going to have to crawl around. You're going to have to find as ozone's in, so it's good to go. You're going to have to find all wet patches. It's just you don't want to race like that. You don't want to race just being conservative and having to save tyres. It's a bit boring. You can't really get involved in battles. It's not going to work for you either. If you're on the same tyres and then caught at the end, it's just what's the point? You want to be there to go for it. You want the fresh rubber to go as fast as you can.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. We don't want anyone tippy-toeing around, do we? We want everyone to be attack. That's what Formula 1 should be. We should be a sprint, shouldn't it? I must admit, that's my old 90s hat on, isn't it? Where
you're absolutely right. It should be. So Slimbo, as the host, say he's just setting the grid now. So the grid is... I had it in front of me. So Slim now on pole. Alongside Hills are up, dare I say. Sorry, I'm too busy trying to tweet the link out. So the grid will be Slim from, Hills are up, from Lennon, from Jamie. What a chance for Jamie, like I said. How can he get this right? BP then 5th. Stam, T Sammy, watch out for T Sammy. He is pumped for this race. Vanquish Championship, two-time champion in 8th, your 9th, Rocky Tony not here. So Dan Murphy, Blaz, Crazy Power, Flying Soz, Lucas, Nolsey, Andy Coe, New Life, Maxi No Zone are all up one place. 19 drivers. Great turnout.
I was going to say, I'm kind of glad that we're rerunning this race, actually, because we had 14 drivers in the original race, didn't we? We've now got almost a full grid. We would have had a full grid.
Scuppered that one, didn't it?
It's a shame really. It's on the group stage as well. I would have just left it, but there you go. I must admit, I'm more of a petrol head than a football fan anyway. And you can see then, look at that then, incredible stuff. We got light rain, haven't we? Which is what we're expecting. Really looking forward to this. It's going to be fantastic stuff. It really is. Just got another comment. BP for the win. And to be honest, I think that would be.
I'd love to see a surprise winner. That would be fantastic. Let's have we had one last week with Flying Souls. Of course, he got his first ever IRC win last week. Can we get another new winner this week? Can Stam, who did cross the line first but got pushed back on penalties. Stam now a permanent driver, by the way. He has replaced TGG Navy, who unfortunately just couldn't commit. So Stam is here and for next season as well. Great news, but I'd love to see a new winner. I'd love to see the grid mixed up nice as it is. No Jacob, so sorry, no chance of glitchings either. So this is going to be an exciting race. Formation lap, of course.
It is indeed. Of course, the formation lap is much more quicker than it is in the Super League, which I must admit is probably one of the highlights of the week for me. I don't know why, it just tickles me. Anyway, as we go through the grid, as I think Dave's already gone through the grid, but let's just go through it one more time, shall we? 31. With 31 laps around the Singapore Grand Prix, this race is going to be nudging on an hour, so even though we haven't got qualifying, we're still on air for a very long time. And stick around as well afterwards, because we hope to be speaking to Vanquish as well, because I'm really keen to speak to Vanquish, and I'm hoping that because he's a big friend of IRC, and I'm hoping that he will be able to contribute still. Maybe help me out every now and again when Dave's not around to see what's going on in the race as well, because I do need an expert opinion, as you've heard on Thursdays anyway. Anyway, let's go through the grid, shall we? On pole position is Slim. Well done to Slim then. Alongside him is Hills are up. Third position is Lennon. Of course, Lennon had a great chance here in the original race, didn't he? But unfortunately, it all went pear-shaped. Jamie in 4th position. He's had the last 2 races. He hasn't scored any points. He needs to get himself back on the saddle.
Points back up the championship leader. No Dineen today, so it's a huge opportunity for him.
It is indeed, isn't it? With BP, of course, he's been tipped for the win here. I'd love to see BP win. I mean, we shouldn't be favouritism here, should it? Stam in 6th position. T. Sammy in 7th position with Vanquish in 8th position. The famous car 66, unfortunately, is his last ever race, which is absolutely gutting from my point of view. You're in 9th position, but he doesn't fancy taking the formation lap. 10th position is Murphy. 11th position is Blaz. 12th position is Crazy Power. 13th position is Flying Soz, the Russian Grand Prix winner. Fantastic race that was indeed. 14th position is Lucas with Nosey.
Rainmaster
in 15th position. With New Life in 16th, we've got Andy in 17th position. 18th position is Maxi with Ozone in 19th position. There are your 19 drivers. Dave, hang on to your hat if you ever wear one. This is going to be fantastic.
I always wear my hat, mate, but this is going to be a wacky, wild ride, folks. Harry said it looks very wet in comments. It does. It looks wetter than last week's race. Slim did put it on light rain, didn't he?
Looked like it, but
this looks like this looks much wetter. Spiros goes go Tisa Morales. Yeah, it'd be great to have some of the lower midfield runners really getting amongst the big boys up here. Here we go. No Deneen, championship leader missing. Vanquish will be leading after this race. Second the championship. It's down to Jamie. Can Crazy Power get himself in a championship hunt with Hills are up? Big results for them. Could elevate them into a championship hunt.
I would even say that Hills are up should probably be in the championship hunt anyway, because he has had the pace, hasn't he, on occasion, more than a couple of occasions in this season. Anyway, enough about that. Here are the lights then. We've got 5 sets of lights to go on. We'll be out in a minute, and we are go! And it's a very good start there from the McLaren. There's also a Toro Rosso going up onto the pit wall as well. But Slim leads. Hills are up second. BP is up the third. Fantastic start from BP. Lennon's had a bit of a poor start. He's on the floor.
Oh, the half spinner.
Oh no! Who is it?
Dan Murphy.
Oh dear, Murphy's had an awful start there, and he's dropped right to the back of the field then. That's a terrible start from Murphy then, and you can see then coming down at Raffles Boulevard now. No DRS is there at this stage because of the wetness. Anyway, we're coming down into turn 7 then. We've got Slim.
Like BP, Sean. BP up to 3rd place. Vanquish up 2 as well. Stunning start for the Dutchman.
Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. And just taking a look at that, we've also got Lucas up 6th position. You're right there, right on the money.
Master, what a start. Oh, Chase Sammy's going backwards.
Oh no, I know we've got also fighting on going on there. We've got Yor and Maxi there side by side. Andy also at 3 positions as well. Fantastic driving by all these guys there. Oh, Yor's, there's a crash at the back. It's Yor.
The crash, yeah. Yor and I think New Life came together.
That looked a bit odd to me, I must say. I'm not sure if they was lagging inside each other or what, but Yor, that's appalling from Yor, and he's dropped down 10 positions. What a shame then. Slim leads, 7 tenths of a second, separates Slim and Hills are up then. BP, fantastic stuff, up to 3rd position. Lennon 4th, Jamie in 5th position only. Vanquish on his final Grand Prix is in 6th position. He is up for it, isn't he? Lucas, fantastic start. In 7th, in brilliant stuff. 8th position is Stam, and then there's Blazers having a look on the inside, but Stam was closing the door. Crazy Power is up to 10th then. Nosey doing a good job as well.
Just past T. Sammy and Flying Soz getting past T. Sammy. T. Sammy going backwards, unfortunately. Now out the points. Keep it clean. Andy, Maxi passing Andy there as well. Lots of position changes going on.
Ooh, blimey, it's all going off here. And Murphy's already come up to the back lane because Murphy was in no man's land, was he, after the first corner? And of course, that's only lap 1. Now we've got another 30 more laps to go then. So this is going to be fantastic stuff indeed. And I agree with Harry in the comments that looks a lot more wetter than it was when we originally run this race. As Nosey has dropped down to 12th position, 13th position. Nosey's had a problem. He's in the pits. He's in the pits already.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, that's a big shame.
There was a big lump of front wing down at turn 1 after the first lap, and I wondered whose it was. It looks like it's Nosey's. Amazing that it's just one, or probably your pit as well, so just 2 drivers pitting after lap 1. And Vanquish up to 5th, passing Jamie. Oh,
great move there. No, Jamie's under pressure. Lucas is also through as well. He's up the inside, but Jamie should have the inside, but no, he's breaking much earlier though, Jamie is. It looks like he's struggling again, Jamie is.
Has he got end plate damage on his front wing?
Oh, we've got a good view here. Yes, there is.
Yes, there is, yeah. End plate damage. That's crucial in these conditions. You need every bit of downforce you can get. That is a horrible I wonder how long he'll stay with that for, but what an opportunity for Lucas. Oh, someone's off!
That's Jamie, it's
no,
Lennon!
Stefan.
Oh no! That's a big smash. That's down at the Singapore Sling, or it used to be.
He went straight on. He went straight. It looks like he braked. I could see him braking, but he just didn't have the grip to turn in. Lennon's out. What a shame.
Well, that's a big shame as well, because he retired quite early in the original race here. But that was his own doing. Unfortunately, that does look like a mistake there from Lennon, and he is now done and dusted in this race. What a shame. Hillsrap's gone wide, and BP is...
Lucas, by the way, is under threat from Jamie.
T-Sammy's gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, he's gone. It's the infamous turn 14, I think it was, where the exploding barrier was. I don't think it was an exploding barrier today. I think it was just the tricky conditions that caught T-Sammy out. And T-Sammy, lover of the rain, unfortunately, he ain't going to be a lover today, is he? He's already out. That is a big, big blow indeed. Slim setting another fast lap of the race. He's looking comfortable, isn't he? I tell you what, that's a Slim vote, isn't it? Look at that. Fantastic lead. It's already up to 2 seconds.
Slim out front and in control. This is, like you said, the Slim evolved. When he's out in front and under not much pressure, he absolutely thrives on it. He's like Sebastian Vettel. You get out front, he's a tough man to catch. Hills are up second. BP, what an opportunity for BP in third place, but the fellow Dutchman Vanquish catching him. But Lucas, what a start. Up 9. Wow.
He took off like a scolding cat, didn't he? Lucas did. He was flying up into fifth position. And tell you what, I'm going to ask you for the lottery numbers, Dave, because that was a fantastic prediction from yourself. Brilliant stuff from Lucas there. It's blasted under pressure now from Crazy Power, who is 4th in the championship. Crazy Power is. So this is an opportunity this season for Crazy Power. Now that Vanquish is unfortunately his final race, and this is a chance for Crazy Power to lead the Ferrari team into a new era. And can he get himself into the championship? There's 76 points to gap at the moment. Deneen's not here. Vanquish is going as well, and Jamie's having a bit of a appalling start at the moment. So Crazy Power can sneak into as well. Remember in Australia, he was a midfield runner, wasn't he, last season? But this season, I tell you what, he has been a new driver, hasn't he? I think he was on pole, wasn't he, in Russia, if I remember rightly?
Yeah, Crazy Power was on pole in Russia. He had the sneaky Italian here as an opportunity. There's only 5 races to go after this. So technically, Sean, 16 drivers can still win this championship. Mathematically, of course, but that's a big long shot. But Crazy Power want to get a move on here. Jamie's got damaged front wing. Blaz just seems to be holding him up slightly. And it's an opportunity for Crazy Power. Big opportunity for Hillsrap, who's taken 8/10 of a second out of the lead of Slim on this lap so far. And visually now, a lot quicker.
Oh, the tables are starting to swing around, aren't they, already?
And he's bringing BP with him.
Oh, I'm looking.
The front three. Oh, the front three in the same screenshot there. Vanquish in the background. Oh, it's closing back up nicely.
Jamie's just dropped down. He's in the pits, Jamie is already. So he's in the pits, and that is going to be a long way. He's going to have to come in again, surely, because as we was discussing earlier on, the intermediate tire's not going to get to the end, are they? And I'll tell you what, is that rain getting heavier, or is it just me? I don't know, but maybe I'm just like getting too excited here. But yeah, that rain does look quite heavy. Murphy's now up in the 14th position. Keep an eye on Murphy, because he's under the radar, isn't he? He sneaks under the radar. And then
like you said, it's no man's land. After the first corner, it's caught right back up. The drivers now is called into their grooves in these conditions. They are now used to. They know what they're doing every lap. They know where to brake for the corners. They're in their groove. They're in their groove. It's tough to find. Once you get in it, everything starts. You know where to brake. You know where to put the power on. And you find they make less mistakes now until the tyres start kicking in. Tyre wear around here is high anyway. With intermediates, with a warm track as it will be, I've got no chance that Jamie will be going all the way on those. I'll be stunned if he did, and I don't think if he does, he'll be finishing that high. It's a disaster for his championship.
It is, but it's great news for us, isn't it, as neutrals, because that's really going to close up, isn't it? Because with Hills are wrapping Crazy Power, the next guys it's going to be homing in on Deneen. And of course Jamie as well, because Jamie has the pace, doesn't he? But unfortunately, the last 3 races, he's just had a bit of a barren spell out there, isn't he? And I tell you what, there's a bit of a training for him beyond Blaz at the moment, isn't it?
I was just going to say, mate, and eyes on Maxi up 8 positions in the Alpha, and he tried a little move and flying Solze. By the way, big shout out to Ozone, who's only 4 seconds off this, yet to score points in the IRC, still in the race. He'll be hoping for a few more retirements, but this is one of those crazy races that could see him finally score his first points. Keep going, Ozone.
Definitely, we'd love to see Ozo get a point, wouldn't we? I tell you what, if Ozo does get a point, I'd love to have a chat with him as well. Of course, so as we said earlier, stick around because we will be chatting to Vanquish and just reminiscent on his amazing career of IRC, isn't it? What did you say earlier on the season, Dave? About 28 races without losing the Championship League. That's Vettel-esque performance, isn't it? That's incredible.
Again. That's one of those that will not be beaten again. But Hillsrap is now right under the rear wing of Slim. Slimbo's going to come under a bit of pressure here, and he is not going to want to give this up. He'll be desperate for the win.
Oh, Stam's gone! Sorry to interrupt you. He's gone off in turn, I think it's just after turn 5 or 6, I think it is. And that's an unusual place. Yeah, well, that's right.
It's on the main straight, isn't it? I think they may get... The yellow flags aren't even out, so the marshals are not getting wet.
No, obviously not. I think they've lost the buttons to the electronic board or something. That's unusual, isn't it? But Stam out of the race. What a shame for Stam.
What an unusual place to lose it as well. He must have gotten the curb on the exit too much, because that's on the exit, that corner down the main back straight. It's a bit of a funny one, that.
It does. We've already lost 3 drivers already in this race, and look at that. Slim, hills are up. It's 0.8 of a second now. This is going to get very, very tasty indeed, isn't it? We're only on lap 5, and Slim getting very wide. I think Slim got damage. I think that's why he's slow. I think Slim's got damage on the end plate. It's the left side.
Have a look there, mate. As Slim had a touch with the wall. It'll be his left-hand side, left-hand front wing. End plate missing. End plate missing for Slim. Oh, I don't believe it. He was out on his own. So that's why he's been caught up again. And I tell you what, Hillsrap will become BP. I've never seen BP lead a race outright. He's led when people have stopped, but what an opportunity for the Dutchman to get his first win. A midfield runner. Hillsrap will know his damage now if he's listening. He probably didn't until now. Sorry, Slim. But what? And Vanquish getting warmed up there in 4th place.
Oh, no, Sam would, Vanquish would love to go out on a win here, wouldn't he? That would be fantastic stuff indeed for Vanquish. Hillsrap will be going for his 3rd race win in the season. Remember, he's gone for a lunge! He's gone for a lunge, and he's almost, somehow he kept out the wall. Fantastic stuff from Hillsrap.
Yeah, that's what they was gone. Now BP, what a chance for BP here. Can he take 2nd spot? Can he get late at the brakes? No, it's in these conditions you've got to be really alongside and in front to make a move, but Hillsrap's gone wide again.
Oh, look at this. This is a crazy train, isn't it, between these guys? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all in view. And there's Vanquish. He's the quickest man on track currently, 2.6 seconds behind. In these conditions, that is going to be swallowed up very quickly indeed. I'm loving this, Dave. This is the best way to spend a Wednesday night, watching the Elite League. Fantastic stuff indeed.
And it's 3 drivers that haven't been at the front in quite a while either. Slim, Hillsrap and BP. Hillsrap has won a race this year. He has, hasn't he? Hillsrap has won a race this year, if I remember rightly.
He's run 2, hasn't he, in Monaco and Canada. Yeah. Fantastic stuff.
Slim yet to win, BP yet to win in the Elite League at all. What a chance the Dutchman McLaren. But here comes the old campaigner, the 2-time champion Vanquish, and he's dragging a Lucas along with him as well.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic stuff indeed. And I tell you what, Lucas is doing a fantastic job. I know we keep on about it, but it's an incredible start from Lucas. And he's up to 5th now. He's keeping up with the pace very nicely as well. He's only 2.3 seconds back. Blas is now 7 seconds away from his teammate. And it's really hurting Crazy Power and Flying Sauce.
He's job there, isn't he? He's back in the pack up, isn't he, for his teammate. Lucas will still feel a bit hard done by after Belgium. Of course, the race he should have won. It was set up for him in exactly the same conditions. He got the strategy wrong, and you'll end up winning the race. Can Lucas make up for that and redeem the awful Belgium disaster that turned out to be? Can he get up with that front 3?
Oh, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Lucas up there as well. You can see that gap now. Vanquish is now just coming up to 2 seconds. It's just going under 2 seconds, I reckon, by the end of this straight. So Vanquish is really a man on a song at the moment, isn't he? And there is, look in the background, that's a Toro Rosso there as well. Murphy has got by Ozone. He's gone up into 12th position then. Ozone dropping down to 13th, but he's still in it to win it.
Ozone spun. No, Ozone's in the wall. Start finish straight. Oh. Looks like he's run wide on the curbing. And has gone lucky still be in the race, but he's now got to do a whole lap with no front wing, and he's struggling already, sadly. So just keep it out of the way of the other guys. Jamie coming up behind him now. He's got to approach him with caution. He's got no front wing at all. What a shame for him to stay in the race, Ozone, and safety car could well come out, but a whole lap with no front wing, that is tough.
That's very brutal indeed, isn't it? But as you said, yeah, stay in the race, because I have a feeling that it could the winner, the guys that finish this race will get some points. I think this is not done and dusted, not by a long shot. And you can see Slim there is still got a gap of 7 tenths of a second. The only advantage I can think that Slim has at the moment is it's very tough to overtake around here, isn't it? It's not, as you were saying about a lap or two ago, you have to be alongside the car in front to, have a go there. And I thought BP was going straight on there, but he's all right, he's still in there as well.
Oh, Andy's passing Maxi down the inside as well for 9th place and gets the move done. Lovely move by Co-Andy. Andy warming up again. So Andy, last week out in Russia, crashed out behind Lucas, but what a race that man could have had. I was really excited to see him on the ultimate strategy. He probably could have had a podium in that race, and now he's up to 9th place and catching the back of Flying Soz. Yeah,
Maxi's also got damage to his front wing as well. It's amazing how much these front wings, if you get a bit of damage on the end plate, it's amazing how much understeer you get, isn't it? Because they just, we got the same situation with Slim. He was quick up until where he damaged his front wing, and now Maxi's also damaged his front wing as well, and he's struggling to keep up the pace, which is letting New Life just coming behind him in the background as well. And the racing point at the moment, Murphy is a further 7 seconds back at the moment. And this queue is getting very feisty indeed between Blaz, Crazy Power and Flying Soz. Flying Soz, of course, had that incredible win last time out in Russia. Fantastic stuff indeed. And Blaz there, whoa, blimey. And I thought he was going to have, I don't know what I was going to say there. Below my commentary.
They're losing a second a lap to the front guys. Now Crazy Power starting to get a little bit impatient behind the Slovenian here. The Italian v Slovenian with the Greek man and the Brit man behind him. Crazy Power now starting to want to get a move on. He knows Jamie's at the points as Ozone pits for his front wing. Of course, no Denis, Vanquish won't score many points after this race. Hills Wrap up there in second. Of course, Hills Wrap and Crazy Power. Oh, and who hit the front? Who just hit? The Blaz hit the wall.
I think he did, and I'm trying to work out where.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's on the entry to the corner. So now he's really going to struggle. End plate missing and Crazy Power now will fancy a go. And look at that in the back. There's Andy. Andy's made up 4 seconds.
Oh, that's incredible, isn't it? Blaz is really struggling out there, isn't he? But that's an unusual play. Oh, I thought Flying Soz was going into the back of that Ferrari then, but he just about kept out of the exploding barrier of turn 14, that's really interesting, isn't it? How Blaz is damaged.
I wonder if kicking in, Sean. I wonder if tyre starting to kick in.
Oh, only on lap 8, then that means that we're going to have more than one stopper race, and I do love a good multi-strategy race. But that's an interesting place. Do you think it was tyre wear then? Why Blaz hit the wall?
Because he just seemed to turn in, and the car didn't turn. He seemed to brake in time. Unfortunately, I'm just looking at the Slim battle. Of course, he's going to pit for a new front wing, and he's going to drop out behind these. Probably this 4 cars behind him. As Maxi now been passed by New Life. He's got front wing damage. Crazy Power having a go at Blaz, and couldn't forget a Maxi pits for a new front wing, and Ozone's out.
That's a shame for Ozone. There's no yellow flags around again, so I think you're right. The marshals are probably having a holiday. They probably heard about IRC's Cup this week, and they didn't realise the elite guys were still racing. That's a shame, isn't it? How we've got no yellow flags at the moment, because that's
saving all the marshals for tomorrow. They're going to need them.
They definitely are. I must admit,
no yellow flags. Slim put the flags on.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because there has been 2 or 3 incidents, and I don't think I've seen a yellow flag yet. Blaz is under a lot of pressure now, isn't he? And look at this, look at them. They're swarming all over the back of him like a bad suit at the moment. And look, incredible. As Dave said.
Have a go at Soz. I think Andy's going to line up moving Flying Soz around the inside. Hey, this is an interesting move. Didn't think about it. But yeah, Andy looking a bit lively here. Blaz doing the ultimate teammate job now. He is back this lot right up with his front wing. He will lose out to all these when he pits, of course, because they will change his front wing when he stops.
Which is an additional 5 seconds, I believe, isn't it? So the pit lane isn't too bad around here. I think it's 60 kilometres an hour, the speed limit, but it's not one of the longer pit lanes in the on the season. So the time you're going to lose is not as bad, for example, like Silverstone, which I think is one of the longest of the season. But but it's still 5 seconds. That is a lot of time to lose in especially a competitive grid like this is, isn't it? So you're going to lose several places because of that front wing, and a lot of drivers are going to be replacing their front wing. We've had Maxi in, we've had Jamie, and we've unfortunately had Ozone in as well. What a shame for Ozone, aiming to score his first points of the season, Ozone. But that is a big shame indeed. Oh, and somehow Co-Andy there not going into the bar there. I really thought he had the steer in then.
Blaz is the thing is, it's so easy to snatch a break and run into the back of someone, you know, especially in these conditions as well. Crazy Power treating Blaz with extreme caution. He picked up a penalty. This night's getting from bad to worse. At the front, just wondering now, is Hillsrap biding his time because he knows? Oh, is this a move by Crazy Power? Oh, he's gone for it.
That's a good move, isn't it? Up the inside, but oh, is it? Look at this, he's correcting the car as he was overtaken there. And I think he's through on Blaz. And I wonder if Blaz is going to turn up the earth.
Blaz is back through. The thing is, Crazy Power got, oh my word, free of breath. Oh, here we go.
Oh my god! And Blaz has gone straight on there, and he's still kept 6th position. So, blimey, that was a bit dicey there, wasn't it, Dave?
Wow, so Crazy Pat got on the curb. He went in on the inside, but got way too much curb. New Life has now caught this back as well. So he had no rear traction, which means Blaz could get back around the outside. And then Flying Sauce, he joined him free of breath. I don't think there was any damage to Crazy Power or... No, Flying Sauce, no damage, but he's
Flying
struggling.
Sauce has gone wide. And Andy's gone on the outside. Well, that's a fantastic move. What a move. Well done to Co-Andy, of course, the experienced veteran of IRC, doing a fantastic job here tonight. He's up to 8th position. Brilliant stuff. But I can't believe that free of breath going down to turn 7. And somehow, there might have been a bit of rubbing wheels, but there's no major damage there. Fantastic driving from all 3 of those guys. Really, hats off. And
we'll get a reprieve as the front 4 are now separated by a 1.5 seconds, with Lucas catching them rapidly. Blaz is... Oh, he's living to fight another day at the moment, is Blaz.
And Flying Sauce just looked like he let New Life through. I'm not sure if Flying Sauce...
Has he got damage then? I didn't... Unless he's trying to... He's got no damage, so unless he's trying to compose himself again. Of course, he lost out quite badly to the free of breath, and he just seems to need to get his focus back. Dan Murphy up to 11th place and catching this lot very quickly as well.
He is indeed. Dan is pretty quick at the West, isn't he? Tell you what, Dan Murphy's done really well in this game this season, hasn't he? You look at the drivers that have improved, like Asdog, like Roscoe. I'd say they've been fantastic this season, haven't they? But I'd say Dan Murphy has probably been...
Crazy Power and Blaz. Blaz made a mistake on the exit of turn 2. Covers the inside. Now he's run wide. Now's his Crazy Power's chance. Get on the gas earlier.
I tell you what, Blaz has got some amazing traction off these corners, hasn't he? He just launches off them, doesn't he? But he's going to have troubles this time around, isn't he? Because Crazy Power's all over the back of him. He's going to go to the inside. No, he ain't. Yeah, well, Blaz has gone very wide, though. But he's using the outside the track there very nicely indeed. Oh, dear, this is not going to end well, is it? But he's on the outside.
Wonderful move by Crazy Power around the outside. Blaz is really struggling now. I think Andy will pick him off as well. And all that Dan Murphy has pitted.
That was an incredible move, Dave. Fantastic stuff from Crazy Power. Do you think that's Tar? That must be Tars, though, isn't it? Because I can't remember anyone going around the outside of Blaz.
Front wing and tyre. Blaz was just struggling to get it stopped. The exit, he's fine on the corners, but yeah, getting it stopped and turned in, Blaz was really struggling. And although Crazy Power not exactly pulling away here.
No, he isn't. Blaz has turned up his errors to the almost to the max there, but 19 seconds the gap is. That's how much time they've lost. That is almost a pit stop. That is between himself and Lucas. Look at that. Lucas is now only 1.2 seconds beyond Vanquish.
Look at the front 5, Sean. Look
oh my
at the front
gosh!
5. They're all nose to tail. All of them are like sharks waiting to hit their prey, because Slim is going to be a sitting duck when he pits. He's relying on a safety car now, I think, Slim.
Oh, that is such a shame as well. Do you think it's possible that Slim might not repair that damage? And I think Hillsrap's got damage, actually. Hopefully he'll get a better shot, but I'm sure he's got damage on...
Has he got end plate damage as well?
He has. Oh, dear.
Oh, it'll be the left-hand side again. I can't quite see. On board's not giving me anything. Has he got... Is it... No, I don't think he has. I don't think he has, Sean.
Oh, he hasn't got damage.
So
Flying Sauce...
Yes, he has. Hillsrap has damage as well.
Oh, no, that's equal to a bit on there. So does that mean the BP's in the box seats? Fantastic stuff indeed.
You made a good point there. If they decide to change their front wings, will they wing it? Will they carry on? And BP, I wonder what's going through his mind right now. He's never had a chance like... Oh, Blaz has left the session, which is a real shame. But BP has never had a chance to win a race like this before. It's there in front of him. It's a second in front of him. Just 2 cars. His car's in the best condition right now. He's going to be nervous. He's going to get the sweat. It does happen. It sounds silly, but it does. He's just got to keep it together. Keep that front wing intact. This could come to BP. He's just got to play it cool, and it is tough when you're chasing your first win, especially at this level as well.
I was going to say, how was your experience in Monaco then? Because I think
mate, the last 5 laps, I was my heart was going, my hands were sweating. It does. It really gets to you. Winning any esports league race is tough because the competition and field is incredible. It does mean a lot to win a league race. I've won one. It was Monaco. And it's special. It is special. It sounds daft, but especially in the Elite League, where the caliber of drivers is phenomenal. You've got some of the best drivers on PlayStation and in Europe racing in this league. To win with all these guys outright as well, and in these conditions, it will mean a lot to the Dutchman. And my word, he's deserved it, because second half of the season, this guy has really picked up after a torrid first half.
He has indeed, hasn't he? I think he's been an absolutely great ambassador for McLaren, hasn't he? Since joining him this season, and BP, I think, is becoming a very much established name in the Elite League, which is fantastic to see, isn't it? And Hilsrap is now all over the back of Slim like a rush. He's got him on the inside. Oh. He's on the inside. He takes the lead on the Singapore Grand Prix. Fantastic. Now can Slim have no go? Slim on the outside, but I think Hilsrap's got the inside there, and nice move there from, and Lars got a problem there, a nice move there from Hilsrap. He takes the lead at the Singapore Grand Prix. That's a fantastic move, that was. He did the old dummy, didn't he, going down the back straight.
I think Slim was sleeping. I don't think Slim was expecting that, as Andy's passed Crazy Power. Around the outside again. Andy loves that move. Well, up 11 places. Andy has come alive. We're not even half distance yet, Sean.
Oh my gosh, this is a long old slog. This is probably one of the longest races of the season.
Vanquish made a mistake coming out the corner trying to overtake BP, and Lucas may have a run. No, he's not close enough. Back to that Hilsrap move, Sean. Slim seems to be sleeping. I don't think he's expecting a move from Hilsrap. And then bam, there it was, and Slim, it was too late for him to react. And I wonder if he'll pit. I wonder who's going to blink first.
Yeah, to be honest though, is it easy to go? I would say I don't think it's very easy to go to sleep, isn't it? Because your adrenaline must be rushing and things like that. But is it easy just to get into a rhythm, is it? And then all of a sudden get blindsided like what Hilsrap did to Slim and just send one down the inside then? How easy is that just to get into a rhythm?
Hilsrap wasn't even looking at passing. Slim is pitting. Slim is jumping the gun. That's interesting. Is he going to change his front wing? But yes, Slim was in that routine. Hilsrap didn't even look like trying to pass Slim. So he wouldn't have been expecting it. Vanquish pits and Lucas pits, they all follow suit. Here we go. Has BP missed the boat here?
Well, we'll find out in just a few moments then. So yeah, we've got a bit of race of the strategies here. Yeah, Slim does. So he does indeed. So that means Vanquish is going to get through. Here comes Lucas, and Lucas is in the pits as well. Then he's in and out as well. Vanquish is up to third. Then it's Lucas. They're almost going into the back of Andy is up to third.
Oh, they're in traffic. They're in traffic.
That's interesting. I thought that they would have been.
Much? So then they're quite a way behind Crazy Power. That's not going to really affect him. Crazy Power and Andy are battling. I don't think Vanquish and Lucas and Slim are going to get held up too badly with that traffic, as Lucas trying to move on Vanquish. But BP is going to have to respond this lap, and Hilsrap surely.
Yeah, because I would suppose even though it's wet race, the undercut would probably be the same principle, won't it?
Lucas going to have a move on Vanquish. Vanquish going defensive. Lucas Oscar on the outside. Good defending there from Vanquish. The old campaigner knew exactly what Lucas was going to try then.
And as we're on lap 14 then, it's Yora's got a 3-second penalty as well. I must admit they've been very well behaved on the penalties, haven't they? Singapore's a street circuit, but there's a lot of places where you can get corner cuts. I mean, turn 1, 2 and 3 is probably the worst offender, isn't it? Where you can just run a bit wide and you get a corner cut. Or track extension, so I think fantastically well done from all these guys here. Lucas is all over the back of Vanquish like a rash at the moment. He's really got these tires fired up beautifully, hasn't he? And well, that would have been an interesting attempt there, just coming over the Anderson Bridge there for Lucas then. The accelerator away, and Yora's dropping down to 14th position now as New Life has just passed him as well. This is getting very, very interesting indeed. And there's Slim then. Slim is only a second back after the wing change, so Slim is not out of this by a long shot, is he?
Yeah, Vanquish is struggling as well, which is holding up Lucas. This may be a reprieve for Hilsrap, who pits now. Hilsrap was absolutely gunning it on this in-lap, and they are not changing front wing. They're not changing front wing as Blaz is out. No yellow flags again, but Blaz is out. So Hilsrap, BP held up by Hilsrap there, but no front wing change. And where is Lucas and Vanquish?
I tell you what, I think they're long gone. I think they're coming out the pits now, and Vanquish is coming around the front corner. I think they've done it. Cole Andy takes the lead, fantastic stuff. But the Hills are up second, BP. Where's Vanquish? They've done it. Incredible stuff there. Wow. Hills are up second, BP third.
So Slim did lose out by changing the front wing. However, Hills are up leads with front wing damage. Can he hold on? Big credit to Cole Andy for leading this race. That's a brilliant sight in the Renault. Crazy Power has pitted.
He's pitted again, hasn't he?
So Crazy Power was fighting before he pitted. Andy, of course, but Andy stayed out. So Crazy Power's pitted, yeah.
Look at this, Dave. Look at the first 5 here. Well, technically Carney's leading, but he has to come in the pits. Well, he doesn't have to, but he must have to come in the pits, surely. But his Hills are at BP, Vanquish, Lucas, and Slim, all in the same shot. This is exactly what we want. And I tell you what, it feels like good old times as well, having Vanquish and Slim in the same part of the track. Remember last year, Vanquish, Slim, Sam Sturt, Carted, battling away, wasn't it? Silverstone. Brilliant battle as well. The top 4 were absolutely fighting tooth and nail. One of my favourite races ever. It was a proper race, a proper strategy race as well, wasn't it? Vanquish on the alternative strategy. Second half of the race, of course, Vanquish did have the advantage, but my gosh, the first half of the race was probably the best racing you'll ever see. It was incredible.
It really was. We're now half distance exactly, so it's going to be a one stop. But these guys look like they were struggling with their tyre wear towards the end of that stint, so towards the end of this race, they may start to struggle. Hills are up. Not getting away from BP. BP is outright second place. What an opportunity for the young Dutchman. But where can he do it? Hills Rap looks to have some good pace despite the damage. I think Hills Rap's adapted to the damage. He knows how to handle it. Andy's going on, so good man Andy. And in fact, Andy's not really getting caught by these guys that quickly. Vanquish fastest lap. Lucas, if he can get a podium, what a result. What a result from starting way down in 14th place.
Lucas has really it's been impressive this season, hasn't he? I think we spoke about the Belgian Grand Prix, but I think one of my highlights of the season was definitely Lucas in Hungary. Absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? It was like Damon Hill and the Arrows. It was brilliant to watch. Lucas there battling at the front, and again, I was cheered all the way up in Burnley. I really would love to see Lucas win that race, but it was a fantastic drive nonetheless. And credit to Lucas again. Another we can list off all the Elite League races this year that have been absolutely epics. Really have.
The dull races you can count on one hand and probably one finger. Because this season in the Elite League has been absolutely phenomenal. So many different drivers up the front at different races. The competitiveness has been unbelievable. Vanquish, Deneen and Jamie got an early head start, really, because the second half of the season, it's just been literally a pick-a-mix of who's been at the front. Because Hills hasn't been at the front for a while. In fact, he's had a few DNFs in a row. BP's been an established high midfield runner. Lucas has been midfield up front at times. It's been completely hit and miss. Good to see Slimmer back at the front too. He'll be dying to get past these guys. They're going to bide their time for now. There's no point risking it now. It's a long second half of the race to come. Jamie just 4 seconds adrift after his early stop as well.
Yeah, well, that's a very good spot as Blas left the session. He was on some troubles there towards the end, Blas was, but which is a major shame there. Andy's in the pit, so Andy in the pits then to make his first stop. So, his only stop, I would assume, and he'll be going to the end of the race from there. Jamie doing a great job there as up into second position, fantastic stuff. But yeah, I echo that as well. Of course, Jamie is the championship leader. He's only had one win this season, but he's had some really good. He's had seven podiums this season, which is what has got him there.
Consistency, isn't it, Sean? It's all about the consistency. Look at Vanquish, consistency. Knowlesy in the other Renault pits. So Andy comes out in P7. Ahead of Maxi. Shout out to Maxi, doing a great job in 8th place. He's up 10 places. Started 18th. He could be on for some rare points. Maxi heading to the Super League next season. Has had a real rough run of results as Maxi, but this could be a well-earned and welcome points for Maxi if he can keep that going. Dan Murphy up to 9th place as well, did a good recovery drive. And Crazy Power, who has lost out a bit, now in 10th place.
I'm wondering if he's stopped twice there, because that feels like he's out of position there. Let me just have a quick look if I can get the old telemetry on the go.
No, one stop.
So I'm not sure what's happened to Crazy Power then, but he feels...
But don't forget that Dan Murphy and Maxi will probably have to stop again.
Yeah, that's a very good point now.
He was fighting Co-Andy, and he's only 4 seconds behind Co-Andy, and Andy probably is the quicker driver. So Crazy Power sort of on his own, because he's way ahead of Flying Soz. He will be in net 8th place. I think Maxi and Dan Murphy did stop early.
This is going to be an absolutely fantastic end to the race, isn't it? Hills are up. BP 9/10 of a second. BP Vanquish 9/10 of a second. Vanquish Lucas 6/10 of a second. Fantastic stuff. Slim just a second back between himself and Lucas, and then there's Jamie as well. But we think he will need to stop again. But he's only 5 seconds back as well. So fantastic stuff from Jamie, who is the championship leader. But he's really coming. He's come a bit unstuck with form at the moment, hasn't he? And he needs to watch out, because I think Hills are up could potentially sneak up on him, because unfortunately we're losing Vanquish.
Slim by penalty.
Well, that's a big blow for Slim, isn't it? Unfortunately, we are losing Vanquish at the end of this race. So, if we're trying to, I must say, from a sentimental point of view, that's why I don't use big words. We'd love to see Vanquish win today. Of course, this is his last race. But I think and Jamie's in the pits. So Jamie coming in the pits then, and he's set on a new set of intermediate tyres. He's on his way. He's going to be out in 10th position. But yeah, we'd love to...
Just looking at the penalties, Sean, Slimbo, BP, Lucas all have penalties. Hills are up, and Vanquish do not have any.
Oh, so this is going to be a very interesting indeed then, isn't it? As Yor's also in the pits as well, so I think he's making his second stop there. You're right down 40th position on a bit of a miserable race there, the harsh driver is. But yeah,
it is.
And
Vanquish hasn't even had a warning yet. So, wow, it really is in Vanquish's hands. Vanquish will know that everyone around him have penalties, and he doesn't. How close? Jamie had a penalty as well. Slim, of course, has a penalty. So, wow, yeah, this is in Vanquish's hands here.
It is indeed. I'm really looking forward to this, isn't it? And they're starting to close up on the back of Hilser out there. So I'm wondering if Hilser up is starting to struggle, or is he just there's a lock up there for Vanquish. I must admit, it's so difficult, isn't it, with the when they're not racing with the anti-lock brakes. I must admit, I'd go straight on. So it's incredible how these guys are fighting each other. Also, with all the assists, most assists they've got are disabled as well. This is absolute talent at the highest level. That is why it's called Elite. It's fantastic stuff, isn't it? To drive these cars, it's very difficult to drive, and to drive it against 19 other drivers with the same skill or just a bit lower than you. It's
BP may have a go here. BP may have a go here. You're spot on about the driving with the assists, the lack of assists they have and stuff. It is, yeah, these guys are some of the best in Europe. I wonder if BP and Hildreth and Co have just got the message that you're all on penalties except the man in third place who is sitting comfortably behind you and is set to win this race on his last race. I wonder if they just got the hurry up call, because BP all of a sudden looks like he's just sprung into life and going, oh, hold on a minute, the guy behind me is looking comfortable. He's not had one warning, and I don't think he's going to get a penalty. All of a sudden, these guys have got to get a move on if they want any chance of winning this race.
Oh, this is going to get very, very tasty indeed, isn't it? I must admit, I do not like it when the race is not run on track. But, of course, though, not getting penalties, though, is an absolute art in itself, isn't it? So, of course, Vanquish, I must admit, he's very, very good at not picking up penalties. Consistent, isn't he? He's like a robot, isn't he? I have compared him to Rosberg in the past, but I must admit, sometimes...
He's like a metronome. You rarely see him off the track. He's just always in his groove. You've got a great battle for 7th here as well. Dan Murphy is now right behind Maxi, who may be struggling with his tyres now. And Crazy Power has caught the back of these two as well. And Andy's not far ahead.
Oh, so that's going to go. So we've got a bit of a two-car race. We've got a two-pack race here, haven't we? We've got first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Incredible stuff. Candy is 18 seconds in 6th position. Then we've got Maxi, Murphy, Power as well. And Jamie, of course.
Jamie, of course, now on the fresh rubber, which he'll be gaining hand over fist from these boys. 6.6 seconds at the moment. And I'm fully expecting that to come flying down. Another driver I'm surprised about is Flying Soz. Where's that man's speed gone? He was having a good first half of the race, now 11th, and not really making inroads on anybody at the moment.
Isn't it? And again, it changes week to week, doesn't it? This season does. It's fantastic, as you mentioned earlier, because Flying Sauce won that last time out, and then this week he's only in 11th position. It's brilliant stuff, isn't it? It's like a Formula 1 2012 all over again, where it was up and down, but this is much better, isn't it? We don't need to rely on the fragile Pirelli rubber to have a good race. Oh, Vanquish getting a bit squirmish there after turn 3.
Thankfully it was out of turn 3 and not this turn here, otherwise Lucas would be all over him as Dan Murphy. Oh, where's Maxi gone? Maxi's pitting in. So Maxi wants the new rubber. He come out behind Flying Sauce. Maxi could be quick in the second half of the race, actually. Keep an eye on him. But Lucas, oh, not close enough to Vanquish. Vanquish, you just feel, is biding his time right now. Oh, Maxi's dropped out the points.
He has indeed. He's going to also.
Did they change his front wing again? That felt like a long stop.
Yeah, I figure he didn't change his front wing, so he's still the same front wing. But yeah, the Alfa Romeo guys was just a bit asleep there, wouldn't they? Perhaps night race is not very good for the Italian team. Then, as you can see, back to the front. Then Hills are up is still in front by BP, second with Vanquish third. But as Dave said, it is a Vanquish in the box seats. Yours just at the fast lap of the race. He doesn't get that point because you have to be in the top 10 to get the bonus point. And if you're not in if the fast lap goes down when he's outside the top 10, you do not get that point at all. Which, to be honest, is fair. Otherwise, you'll have a situation like Formula E a couple of years ago, where basically the championship leaders was just, so very good stuff there from the FIA. It's very intriguing, this race, isn't it? Look at that, the first 5 in the same shot. It's brilliant stuff with 11 laps to go.
And he's catching him hand over fist as well. He's just taken 2 seconds out. Well, no, a second and a half it was out this front lot in 6th place. I don't think he's going to have enough to catch these guys, but an impressive race from the back from Andy as well. There's been some outstanding drives in this race.
As indeed, and probably on one of the hardest tracks of the year, well, one of the hardest Grand Prix I think of the year, because this is, not only is it tough, not only is it street circuit, not only is it the barriers are so close, not only do you get penalties for red and white and all sorts, it is also so long, this race. It will be nudging like 50 minutes to an hour.
Sean, it really is a marathon. Slimbo had a little dummy move on Lucas on the start, finishing straight. He's now in the mood. He wants to get a move on.
And Murphy's back in the pits.
Yeah, he pitted early, didn't he?
Oh yes, he did.
He picked lap 1, didn't he? So he was one of them. So I think now everyone who did pit early have now pitted. Jamieson, an absolutely outstanding recovery driver as well.
He is. He's only 4 seconds away.
The yellow flags are out.
And Maxi's gone.
Oh no, Maxi.
So
and then the yellow flags come in. So he retires, he crashes, and they think no. The yellow flags are out there. Is Maxi out? Yeah, Maxi's out. What a shame, because with Dan Murphy pitting, Maxi would have been up another place, and I was looking forward to seeing him coming through the field, but that's a real shame. Green flags are out, but his car lies stricken. I don't think we're going to get a safety car in this, are we?
No, I think Bert Moylander's not made the trip, has he? He didn't get the memo. So we're down to 13 cars now then, out of the 19 that started. I tell you what, we had a full house, almost a full house here tonight, didn't we? Brilliant stuff indeed. Great turnout again from these drivers. Brilliant stuff. We almost week in, week out, we have a full grid, and we're going up against the Champions League as well. And to be fair, it just shows how good this is. You don't want to watch the Champions League football, do you? You want to watch this?
All that other esports event going on today.
Oh yes.
the other one. You keep it right here, guys. This race is not done. Though BP's just a little bit of time to Hills are up. I'll tell you what, Vanquish is 2.3 behind Hills are up. The magic 3-second marker. Hills are up looking forward to win this race. 3 seconds separate the top 5, but they're all just playing it a little bit sensible at the moment, just biding their time. Their moves will come, no doubt about that. But for Slimbo and Lucas, I can't help but feel they're going to have to make their moves soon if they want a chance to win this.
Yeah, we've only got 9 laps to go, and it feels that these guys are just biding their time before they put on an absolute assault. It's not going to be like the real Formula 1 where we keep waiting and nothing comes. There will be something coming, I think. But who will it be? Will it be BP? Will it be Vanquish? What about Lucas and Slim as well? Co-Andy, I tell you what, it's been absolutely lightning. It's down to 16.2. But that man,
I'm watching that time dropping rapidly. The thing is, for these guys, this stage of the season, these guys have got nothing to lose. So they're all at the championship hunt. Hilderap could possibly, if he wins today, get himself involved in the battle, but it'll be a long shot. But BP after his first win, he'd go for it. Hills are up another win. Vanquish is leading. He's got nothing to lose. Lucas, after his first win, nothing to lose. Slimbo would love a win here. He's got nothing to lose. So they're all racing for their, some of them for their first victories, and some of them just for a win they've been waiting so long for.
I tell you, oh, BP's got another penalty there. I do love the fact that, yeah, the first 5 then, at the moment, I would say, oh, as a Vanquish there, a double lock up there, I would say that it's not really, they're not really in the championship fight as such. Well, Vanquish certainly isn't anymore, which is, which does sadden me to say. But, oh, how has Lucas not got on the wall there is unbelievable. That was incredible stuff. He really likes to run up against the wall.
Down. BP's just got 3 warnings in that lap 22. Yeah, 3 warnings and a penalty. That penalty, BP could see his podium go. That may cost him a podium as it stands, which would be a real shame for BP.
Yeah, because he's been outstanding in this race, hasn't he? As Lucas has got a penalty for running wide there. Out to turn 3. He didn't really gain much time there, but that's the harsh realities of Codemasters and their penalties as we're coming down the straight. Then I think Slim was just having a look at Lucas there. I think he was just more trying to annoy Lucas rather than a bona fide overtake. And you see, look at the stopping power there. It's Slim there locking up again. I gotta say, when I was on board with Slim then, I really thought he was going into the back of Lucas, but these guys judge it so incredibly well.
This is the ultimate professionalism for these guys as well. They're not lunging. It's not normal online lobby league racing where you get people making daft moves from a way back and trying silly lunges. These guys are really racing ultimately professionally right now, really showing why they're in the Elite League, but they're racecraft as well.
And of course, it's BP off who's going in the wrong direction there. And of course, tomorrow, remember, it's the Super Cup of IRC, and we do love a good cup, don't we? And of course, not that bad is the defending cup, defending cup holder. So I wonder if he's going to be able to get his second cup. That's going to be good stuff tomorrow. And remember, it's a bit light-hearted as well. So after the tense action that we're experiencing tonight, we might need a bit more of a relaxing session tomorrow. And indeed, we're going to get that with we're going to have all sorts of fast and furious action. Really looking forward to that one as well. But we're also looking forward to the final 7 laps around here in Singapore, here in the Marina Bay.
BP's struggling, Sean. I'm just watching BP. He's dropping back from hills are up, just looking a bit more ragged. I don't know if his penalties have rattled him slightly. It's put him offset now. He's probably in net 5th place now as BP. He just looks like I don't know. He doesn't look quite in the groove as he was.
And this is also now going to start to help Hilser out, because if BP struggles to get the power on, struggles to get into a rhythm, then Hilser is just going to be starting to pull away. Because remember, it's very difficult to overtake in these conditions. It's very difficult to overtake around here at the best of times. So yeah, this is just going to hold up in the rest of the field, and this could clear the way for Hilser taking his third IRC win this season. This is a fantastic achievement there from Hilser. He just needs a bit more consistency, which is the man who knows a lot about consistency. It's Vanquish. I reckon that's probably his middle name. Oh, and Slim there getting on the curb there, but yeah, keeping it on the straight and narrow. Well, just about anyway. I tell you what, I wish Cole Andy was a bit closer, because we would have a 6-car battle.
His times are again, he's about a second quicker a lap than these guys. Slim is so much better at the brakes than Lucas. Lucas seems to have the straight line speed. Slim, I wonder if he's tempted to make a lunge soon. Not a stupid one, but he is so much off the back straight down to turn 4 or 5. He closes right up to the back of Lucas. And I'm wondering now if he knows that Lucas is not as good on the brakes, and I just wonder whether he will have a little look on the Greek driver.
And is it me, or are they starting to bunch up quite heavily now? Look, Vanquish will load the back of BP, also Lucas will load the back of Vanquish, and Slim is there as well for good measure. So this is getting very, very interesting as well as we're coming into the final couple of laps. BP is really struggling, isn't he? He's just gone out. I think he's just lost his groove a bit, I think, by the looks of his driving style there.
Yeah, because they're all bunching up. The 3 seconds now separate the top 5. All of them on equal penalties. Vanquish hasn't got any yet, and BP, who has 2. Oh, no, did Lucas pick a second penalty as well?
I think he did, didn't he? I'm surprised he didn't pick up a third there.
Penalties. So, Slimbo, so it will be Vanquish, Hilser up, Slimbo as it stands, I think, then BP, and then Lucas. Well, what a job by Lucas anyway. What a start that man had. He is the rain master. They're starting to get lively. I wonder if Vanquish made a mistake coming out of the turn 2 there. backed up Lucas into Slim. 6 laps to go. Are we going to start to see some action from these boys now? Oh, is that Slim? He's losing it.
He was indeed. I'll tell you what, that was Formula Drift, not Formula One there from a Slim there. It was incredible how he kept it going on the forward motion there, because if that was me, I would have been long gone. Fair play to Slim there. Great car control. I've got to say, I've been enjoying riding on board with Slim the last couple of laps. He's getting very, very lively on that throttle pedal, isn't he? He's really starting to get interest as well. The gap at the front is 1.2 seconds still from Hills-Rap. At the moment, though, that is still, I think Vanquish is still in the lead, isn't he? If we go on to penalties.
Yeah, I'm just looking at penalties. Slim's one away from another penalty, and Lucas is one away from another penalty as well. They are driving on ice. Slim cannot afford another penalty. Nearly hit the back of the Toro Rosso there as your pits again. So Slim is on thin ice for the penalty. So is Lucas. It's playing into Vanquish's hands superbly at the moment. And Hills-Rap, he didn't change his front wing. Don't forget Hills-Rap, who's driving with a damaged wing this whole stint. Didn't change it in the pit stops. That could be a masterstroke. I wonder if Slim's slightly regretting not doing the same.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I forgot about Hills-Rap's broken front wing. So we have very good stuff there from Hills-Rap. But Knowlesy's, of course, the IRC Super League champion. He's now just coming into the back of New Life at the moment, down in 10th and 9th position.
Yeah, Knowlesy, of course, with much fresher rubber, passes New Life, who'd probably have a good go at flying sods as well. Jamie's catching the back of Crazy Park quite quickly as well.
So this is all still to play for then as we approach the final stages of this incredible Singapore Grand Prix. Back on board with Lucas then in the Toro Rosso then. And you can see them Vanquish is just wandering away then. That's the annoying effect, isn't it, where the car gets on a car length in front of you when you're behind him. It's such an annoying feeling, isn't it, where the car just it stretches out its lead slightly. And I thought Slim was a lot closer than that, but he is getting very lively here, isn't he? And someone has to make a move surely then, because Hills-Rap is only a second in front. I think the way that it presents itself at the moment, Vanquish would just love it, wouldn't mind sitting here. He will take the race win as it stands at the moment. Remember, it's all about penalties.
Beautifully. Playing into Vanquish's hands beautifully. Slim, yeah, Hills-Rap's one away from the penalty as well now. So they're on thin ice, the rest of the pack, and Vanquish, so much chaos around him. And he's just sat nicely in the middle in third place. He knows he's going to win. Unless BP really starts to back Vanquish up and Hills-Rap can stretch away. But Hills-Rap gets away, and then all of a sudden, it's a yo-yo. He gets to 1.5, then he gets sucked back in by BP. Like Andy's fastest lap of the race is a second quicker than anybody else. Quite incredible. New Life has been passed.
And then that's down in turn 7. Knowlesy is up into 10th position then, and there's Murphy in the background as well, steaming up to the back of New Life.
Yeah, so these two on fresh rubber. I haven't seen Dan Murphy pick up a penalty. I know Flying Soz has some, and I know New Life has plenty of penalties. So it could be, after his first corner spin, a good recovery drive here from Knowlesy and Dan Murphy. Good driving here.
Yeah, good driving for both those drivers. Fantastic stuff indeed. Of course, both those drivers were driving in the Super League this time last season, and it's great to see them both driving in the Elite League. And and they've done very well this season, haven't they? I've got to say, and look at how close Lucas is behind. Slim is behind Lucas at the moment. He's basically pushing him out of turn 2.
I can't help but feel Slim's got to do a surprise move somewhere, because he was so much quicker. Have a dart down the inside in turn 1, that would have caught him off guard. He is so much better on the brake stint.
Where would you have a go? Because it's a very difficult place to overtake. Where's the best place to have a lunge? Down here. And
well, the thing is, yeah, you risk it there. You're going to take Lucas out. It's going to end in contact. Turn 1, he closed up massively, and he had a great exit. But the thing is, if you make a mistake, that's it, your race is over and you're taking someone else with you. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. At the moment, I think Slim will sit on the podium. So I wonder whether he knows that and he's just going to take that podium spot right now. Yeah,
I think Slim will probably like to get a decent end to the season before building for next season. Of course, Slim has had a bit of a difficult season this season 2 for the Elite League. Jamie's gone all over the back of Crazy Power. Also, Murphy is now all over the back of New Life as well.
Yeah, we've got a 4-car battle here. We've got Flying Soz, Knowlesy, New Life, and Dan Murphy have all of a sudden closed right in.
And tell you what, this is getting very, very tasty. Ooh, sorry. Again, very, very tasty indeed then, as we are entering the final few laps. I tell you what, I keep looking up at the lap counter, and I keep seeing it just going down. And these guys have to make a move. Surely we're just sitting on the edge of our seats, waiting for someone to pull the trigger to turn up the ERS. Because look at Slim's telemetry down in the bottom right-hand corner there. He is only on 2. He's got 77% of ERS. Is that because of the weather conditions there, Dave, or is he just saving up?
Power out the corners, especially in the final sector there. You want low power out the corners. You don't want high airs and to burn your rear tyres up. It's for traction and grip out the corners there. It's good tactical driving from Slim.
And Nosey just gave Flying Sauce a bit of a nudge there, coming out of turn 14, I think that was. So just I think it was a bit of a subtle hint to get on with it. as Nosey's on all over the back of him. Remember the tyres, he's got 5 lap younger tyres around here, and this track is a long old track indeed. 23 turns around here. It is a long one, isn't it? The tyres get absolutely punished around here as well. BP is now only 9/10 of a second behind Hills Up then, and as we're on that 28 out of 31. I tell you what, Dave, this is going to be fantastic, isn't it? Of course,
I hope so. Jamie's caught the back of Crazy Power as well, so back action all over the field. Jamie needs every single point he can get with no Deneen. He's only going to gain, it's going to be within 12, 11 points after this race, so he hasn't capitalised as he would hope. It's a disaster start of the race, but Deneen with the man smiling after all this, as it stands.
And of course, we are now in the final 3 laps. And the final 3 laps of Vanquish's IRC career. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend, which is Vanquish, the IRC legend as well. I think that there's not going to be any other driver like this man. It's been fantastic, hasn't he? Tell you what, he will be in the Hall of Fame of IRC one day. Which to us, there might be a Hall of Fame, you never know. But definitely Vanquish will be the first man in there, I reckon. He's been fantastic, really has. I can't really adjectives and all these kind of amazing words. You can't really. It ain't good enough to describe Vanquish. He's been fantastic, hasn't he? And I've only seen him race in like a season and a half. So in all the times before, when of course he was driving on Thursdays in the Super League, Vanquish was probably one of the main factors for having an Elite League in the first place, because of his pace, because of how epic he was.
Absolutely, yeah. Him, Slim, Blaz, Noldy, Belko, they had some epic battles up front. They were miles quicker than anybody else as well. And Vanquish followed it through to Elite League as well, a worthy champion last season. He is just a man that is not stirred. He can handle the most extreme pressure, as shown now. I don't think he's had any warnings still. 0 warnings for Vanquish. Where do you look next? Because Jamie's right behind Crazy Power. Flying Saucers holding on for dear life from Nosey, New Life from Dan Murphy. Brilliant action all the way up and down the field at the moment.
And they've all bunched up together towards the end of this race, and Jamie would be desperate to get by Crazy Power for an extra 2 points there. Nosey would like to get by Flying Sauce as well to get an extra point as well, but we've also got New Life and Murphy there, who ain't on any points at all at the moment. So
Slim, sorry, Slim made a big mistake coming out the exit there. Just dropped back. He'll probably catch his pack back up again. But Slim, I wonder if the tyres are starting to kick in again.
Yeah, that's not an ideal place to make a mistake, especially at this final stage of the race. And I tell you what, Hills has now been reeled in once again by BP. I'm wondering if the wing change is causing issues with the tyres. Do you reckon that's...
Yeah, it will. I was going to say exactly that. He'll be fighting so much understeer. His tyres will be wearing a lot quicker than these guys, and I wonder now, if it's just starting to take effect with the final 2 laps, his front end grip is going to feel horrible. And Lucas pushing Vanquish out the tunnel, literally. Does BP have a go? He's got more penalties, so I don't know the mindset of these guys. I really don't. And you don't know what you're doing until you're in that situation. BP hasn't got the straight line speed either. Hills Up look better on the straight lines. As it stands, it'll be a Vanquish, Hills Up, Slim, top 3, I think, with the penalties.
And that is very professional at the best at the moment, isn't it? With penalties yo-yoing around, we've still got 2 more laps to go around here. Again, Vanquish there locking up. Every time I see that tyre locking up, I think he's going to go straight on there. It's incredible stuff indeed for these car controls. Slim now once again taking an unusual line, I think, behind Lucas there, but he's been doing it for a couple of laps now. We've also got Jamie again and Crazy Power, still 8 tenths of seconds separate. So Knowlesy and New Life and Murphy are all over the back of Flying Sauce. It's a great old battle there for 9th, 10th and 11th position. We don't know where to look. It's incredible stuff, isn't it? I know.
I've got a feeling Dan Murphy and Knowlesy may benefit from Flying Saucers and New Life penalties, so I wonder if they know that they're buying their time. I tell you what, the drivers seem to be looking, as it stopped raining, the drivers seem to be looking for cooler patches of track.
They are, and I noticed Slim was doing that.
Oh no! Punch up!
Oh no, and that's once again like in France. So Sim's got a puncture. Where's that come from? He's only done 16 laps like everyone else. It's his driving style which causes the puncture there. Oh, that's he's off. He's gone. Andy there just getting by there. But what a shame for Slim. This is heartbreaking for Slim. It's just his year's been appalling for luck, hasn't it?
Wow, it is France all over again. Where has this man's luck gone? He just has had no luck. What a shame for Slim. It's a reprieve for BP, who will benefit from a podium. But wow, that is just rotten luck for Slim. And round he goes again. Oh, it's frustration now for the youngster. What a shame. Final lap. Here we go.
It is for Slim. It's what a shame. He's done everything right today. Of course, maybe he might not have needed to have changed his front wing there, but apart from that, he's had a fantastic race today, and he was robbed of this race, wasn't he? Earlier on, he's also got a 5-second penalty just for good measure there, as he is facing the wrong way around. What a shame there for Slim. I feel that it's not deserved, and of course he's now just getting overtaken. And there's New Life. Oh my gosh, it was getting very, very tasty there, wasn't it? Slim was struggling to get the car around, and New Life was in the wrong place at the wrong time there. But yeah, joining the leaders for the final lap then. And tell you what, Hales Rappers drove a superb race, but I think the man of the hour has to be Vanquish. Judging from the race performance, he's done fantastically well, hasn't he? And I think that this is a fitting end to his IRC career, isn't it? It's been a bit of the Vanquish show today, hasn't it? I must admit. I do not apologise for that at all, because he's been a fantastic driver, hasn't he, for IRC? And I've got to say, he's going to be sorely missed.
Oh, Slim Bender. Dan Murphy and New Life, what is going on between these two right now? Andy's just 7 seconds back from these boys. Dan Murphy has got past New Life, so Knowlesy and Dan Murphy both in the points. Great races from those two, but Hills are up. It looks like he'll be denied here, and BP just... Oh, Vanquish, in fact, is now looking to move. This is going to be Vanquish's win, folks.
Oh, Lucas has got a 5-second penalty. Race. So I think that's put Lucas out of the battle there for the podium there. But Lucas still very very good drive today, isn't it? Of course, he was electric on the opening couple of laps there, so can't take anything away from Lucas. But as you said, Andy, I wish he was further up the road, because that would have been fantastic to see Andy. Anyway, coming around the final corner, and Hills are up, wins the Singapore Grand Prix, or does he? No, it's Vanquish that wins on its final race in IRC. Well, fantastic stuff from Vanquish, brilliant drive, and he has a brilliant legacy to take with him. And Andy is in 4th position, and that 5-second penalty there for Lucas there has really cost him. And Andy has had a fantastic drive, hasn't he?
1.1 off BP. He nearly got a podium. Andy nearly salvaged a podium. Incredible.
Brilliant stuff from Andy. Crazy Power in 6th. Jamie 7th position. He needed to capitalise on today with Deneen not here, but he hasn't, has he? Flying Sauce is still in 8th position at the moment, so he is so he's doing a very good job there, Flying Sauces, but unfortunately, and Knowlesy's just visited the wall there, and he has damaged the end plate. That is not going to be ideal towards the end then. So as we come around the final corner, who is going to get 8th? Who is going to get 9th? New Life has got a 3-second penalty. Flying Sauce is 8th on the road, but is he 8th in the classification? He is 8th. No, Murphy is now 9th, and Knowlesy is 10th position. Murphy. And New Life is retired before he got to the line now, so that's a shame now for New Life. So Yor might be 11th then. And I think he's also got the fastest lap of the race, so we haven't got no bonus point here. But here is the man at the moment. It is Vanquish, his final race win of IRC. This is his 4th race win of the season as well for Vanquish, and he's going to retire top of the tree of the IRC Championship. Fantastic stuff from Vanquish. And as we said earlier during the race, it has been a bit of the Vanquish show, but I've got to say, he's richly deserved it, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff.
Absolutely outstanding from Vanquish. It's just that win. That win sums up the driver. You know, no penalties, not even a warning. just there. He knows how to race it. He didn't put a foot wrong. Poor old Lucas could not get past him, couldn't jump him in the pits. He didn't need to pass BP or Hills-Rap. He knew what was going to happen. Just, it's a shame, you know. And this would have been a massive win for the championship as well with Deneen not here and James so far down. Wow, it's just a shame that we're running out of races because the likes of Hills-Rap and Crazy Power and BP, so many drivers could get themselves into this championship battle, but we're running out of races.
We are indeed. Remember, this is round 16. We haven't got many to go now. Of course, then we go into the final stretch of the championship with Japan, and then we go into the America side of the championship. We'll go to Mexico and then USA before going down to Sao Paulo before the season-ending race in Abu Dhabi. And I tell you what, all those drivers that Dave has just read out there, potentially, as we've seen in the race, any of them could win it. Any one of them could win it mathematically, but realistically, it could. I tell you what, there's I just don't know what to say. It's been an incredible season.
Is that BP's first podium of the season?
It
could be.
It's his. I think it's his second podium of the season. He had one. He had one in Germany, of course. He got third position in Germany. BP.
Of course, yes, he did. I thought he did have one somewhere. Well done, and he didn't get a penalty either. No Crazy Power, so good mention for these boys. Dan Murphy as well. Good recovery drive from Dan Murphy. Driver of the day is just everywhere. Vanquish winning that race, absolutely outstanding. Let him retire due to his TV telling him it was going to shut down. I have had that message so many times while racing. You frantically look for the controller, you can't find it, then you're in the wall. What a shame Andy wasn't. Andy just a second off from 17th place. What a race by Kyle Andy. Two-time champion fourth, two-time champion first.
I reckon he needed to be somewhere tonight. My gosh, he really wasn't hanging about tonight, was he? Blimey, well done to Co Andy. Fantastic drive.
And you just think if he got past Blaz and Crazy Power earlier, even a lap earlier, he would have had a podium. Outstanding. Just a message from Matt, or the lead commissioner, to Vanquish. He puts, "Hi mate, it's been an absolute pleasure in racing alongside you and have spearhead the Elite League. I really hope you see this season out and go on to be the champion you deserve to be. I class you as the best driver we have ever had in the IRC, and a seat will always be available for you. Good luck in the future, my friend," from the commissioner. And I think that's echoed from all of us that have raced. And in fact, here he is now. Hello, my friend. Vanquish?
He's speechless.
man, a few words. Here he is. Vanquish, first of all, mate, that race, that was, from your seats, you must be sick of the sight of that McLaren rear wing.
Yeah, there was no... a very good pace race, and a lot of drag, but I liked it, man. Good.
Yeah, the battling between you guys was superb. It was, no stupidness, nobody taking that risk. Lucas put you under so much pressure. Did you think he was going to have a go?
I felt it, but I know what it is, but Singapore, if you drive in the train, and it's all about the exits, and if you get the exits right.
You get the exits right.
Especially in rain, you can't just do.
It was a brilliant drive. Did you know that everyone else had penalties around you?
Lucas and BP. I had my questions about. Yeah. You're gonna do? You're in third, middle to back.
And of course, poor Slim picked up that penalty at the end as well, which killed any chance of him trying to get through. And Vanquish, you go down as an IRC legend. You'll sit in a spot in the Hall of Fame. You'll come back at some point, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if everything lets me do it, of course.
Yeah, of course. There's always a seat available. It's a shame you couldn't see the season out. Who do you fancy? Who do you see winning this championship?
For the next season?
No, this season, Deneen. I think it's going to be a two-horse race now between Deneen and Jamie. Maybe Hills up and Crazy Park can get himself involved. But who do you fancy win this championship? Your fellow Dutchman or the Irishman Deneen?
Jamie has a good chance. I was actually racing on the back on him. Saw him go wide a bit and he lost 2 positions. Never saw him again really, so yeah. I fancy for Jamie.
Jamie, it's Dutchmen sticking together there. Great stuff, Vanquish, and all the best to you, mate. Sean, anything for the great man?
Well, I'm lost for words, really. Yeah, it's been a pleasure watching you drive for. Unfortunately, as I said in commentary, I've only seen you drive for a season and a bit. So, I've kind of missed the. Maybe I've missed the best of you. Probably not, because I would say last season was absolutely phenomenal stuff. I only remember one mistake in last season, which was Hungary. Apart from that, you was fantastic. And this season as well, you retire at the top of the tree, really. So you go out on a high as well. So absolutely fantastic stuff. And I echo what Harry just said in the comments as well. Congratulations, Vanquish. Couldn't think of a better send off. You will be missed, and I think you will be missed. Absolutely brilliant stuff, Vanquish. I must say, every time I've rode on board with you in qualifying, race, whatever, you're always on the limit. And I tell you what, best driver I've ever commentated on. And that is saying something, because I have commentated on a lot of great drivers in this league, like Jamie, like Slim. It's been brilliant stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping you'll be back in the future. I really do, because I would love to see you drive again.
Really, thanks, mate. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I try my best to work things out, but I think I'm not available for the next few.
Well, Vanquish, if you can get in for the final, any of the final few races, let us know, mate, because it'd be great to have you still in there, and you can still be champion. You know,
yeah, who knows?
You're a long way ahead.
If everyone just crash for the few races, and, and then I come and take the prize.
Well, there's 5 races left, and I think you're a long way ahead of Deneen now. So you could probably, and the pack is so close at the moment. You know, the front runners are constantly changing. You know, you could just come back for 2 more races, and I think you could still take it.
Well, I will definitely do my best about it. But something in my life that came in there, and that's a lot more important than gaming, of course. But
I was got to say, Vanquish, got a message from Fissy as well, who says from the Super League, says it's a pleasure to have you as a teammate and win the Constructors title with you. You're a great racer, and more importantly, a great guy as well, mate.
Right, man. I really appreciate it, guys. It was an awesome community, the best out there. I started from the bottom, and I worked to the top. Started with a controller, bought myself a wheel. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope to continue so, but yeah, we'll see. Time will learn.
Even if you're not racing, Vanquish, I hope you're in the comment section as well, so you can help me out with a thing or two, especially on Thursday nights, because all sorts of interesting stuff I say. I'd love to have an expert just at the end of the comments to say no, and put me right. It'd be great. It'd be great if you could just help me along with some of the Thursday night action. That'd be great. But yeah, I think everything that was said today, everything that was said in the chat as well. I think that when you were saying about you going, it was a big disappointment, I must say, because I've been catching up in the chat over the last few days, and yeah, we were. Especially in the admin chat, I gotta say, all us admins were very gutted that you're leaving. But as you said, there are a lot more important things in life which are apart from gaming. But I hope that you've enjoyed it, And I got to say, as Matt says, as Dave says, and everyone else, that you're welcome to come back, because I would just love to see another race where I'm on board with you again. It's great to watch.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
That is the best news I've had all night.
Yeah. But yeah, what was just an awesome time, and I really enjoyed it to the max. Yeah, a good community, good people, a lot of respect. That's all the community. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
Everyone that likes. I'm lost for words, really. Sorry.
No, you're good, mate. You're good. I think it's spot on. Yeah, with what you say about the respect, there is, as we saw today with you guys in the top 5, there was so much respect out there. There wasn't any silly lunges or people going for it and risking other people's races. And same down the field, actually. There is just so much respect in this league, and that's what I love about the IRC and the Super League and Elite League. It's just a fantastic community, like you said, and you're going to be missed, mate, and hopefully you'll come back. Where are we next week, Sean? Japan?
I think we're in Japan, yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a great race. That is, yeah. I'd love to see you on that track as well, Vanquish. A proper driver circuit, that is, isn't it? I think that would have been a better race for a send-off. But having said that, you won today, so you can't get any better than that, can you?
Suzuka, my favorite. Oh my god.
Oh, just a bit of salt in the wounds there.
Well, we're gonna unfortunately wrap this up, guys.
I try my best, but I can't promise anything. Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Vanquish. It really has, and yeah, as we said, you're welcome back. You're welcome back anytime. But it's been a pleasure, Vanquish. Congratulations on the win today. Fantastic stuff. Your 4th win in the season as well, and you are now top in the championship, which is brilliant stuff as well. Potentially could still win it as well if things definitely go your way. So congratulations to Vanquish today. Congratulations on being an absolutely incredible driver. And of course, remember that Vanquish won the, I think it was season 4 of IRC Super League before also winning the first ever season of Elite League. So fantastic stuff from Vanquish. And I think we're going to wrap it up there if we got no call. So yeah, thank you to Vanquish for joining us for this great chat after the race. It's been a great race today, really has. Really enjoyed it. It was tense all the way through. My thanks to Dave as well for joining me in the commentary box. He will be in action tomorrow for the IRC Super Cup. Can not that bad retain his cup, or he's going to have a new pretender. It's going to be fast and furious. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I've got loads of bottle of water. I've also got me shorts and me vest top out ready, because I'm going to be absolutely working hard tomorrow night. It's going to be great. Yeah, same time, 8 o'clock on the IRC channel. Is going to be brilliant to watch. We've got 8 races, I think, tomorrow, so that is going to be fast and furious. Anyway, but from here, it's goodbye.